What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've had a Strange Case episode, and thanks to a suggestion from user Lukewarm, I've got a real weird one for you. This, my friends, is the strange case of Joe Meek, Percy Evanston, and Don't You Make My Baby Cry. Let's begin with Joe Meek. If that name sounds familiar to you, it should. Meek was a record producer and engineer. He was an innovator at the time, helping to develop things like reverb, sampling, and overdubbing for use in popular music. He was even good friends with Beatles manager Brian Epstein. He famously advised him not to manage the Beatles. Probably his biggest success was the hugely popular Telstar by the Tornadoes, which he produced and wrote. Meek had a profound fascination with the occult, in particular, communicating with the dead. He often recorded in cemeteries, attempting to speak with ghosts. He was convinced his home was haunted by a poltergeist, and that photos he had in his home were trying to talk to him. It should go without saying, but Meek suffered from bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, conditions that were only made profoundly worse by his heavy use of drugs. As time went on, he deteriorated more and more. Using a shotgun he had taken from the bases of the Tornadoes, he killed his landlady and then himself. While searching his apartment, a tea chest was found containing thousands of recordings of everyone from well-known acts to one-time artists. This is where Percy comes in. At some point, it is believed that Meek recorded Percy's song, Don't You Make My Baby Cry, and released it as a single. However, due to the rarity, obscurity, and question as to whether this 45 even exists, has created a vinyl treasure hunt that has confounded collectors for decades. Looking up Percy on Google brings up threads, articles, and creeping drawings of him that look suspiciously like the Zodiac Killer. The most useful link I came across was a Reddit post that pretty much summed up everything. The most interesting piece of it, though, was a post from somebody who claimed to be related to Percy. He said, "My granddad, I won't say his real name on here, sang vocals for producer Joe Meek in 1964 when he was 15, under the name Percy Evanston. The song was called Don't You Make My Baby Cry. He currently resides in an elderly care home in London. The song is available on iTunes, Spotify, etc. Yet my granddad didn't receive a penny then and doesn't receive a penny now." Joe Meek was the songwriter and producer, so his estate gets the majority of the money. The estate of Jeff Goddard, who played piano and sang backing vocals on the track, gets some money, yet Percy himself gets nothing. There was also a user on YouTube who claimed to own a collection of the 45s. He would agree to sell them to people who inquired, but then never followed through. Digging further will lead you down multiple paths of conspiracy, where you'll be forced to draw your own conclusions. If this 45 does indeed exist, it's one of the rarest pieces ever produced and validates the existence of the mysterious Percy Evanston. So what do you think? Do you have a theory about this? Do you own the 45? Please comment below. Special thanks again to Lukewarm for suggesting this topic. If you have something you'd like to hear me talk about, please leave your suggestion below. You can also help support this channel by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, watching my old videos, and I will see you guys next time.